The most audacious and defining chapter of Whitey Bulger's criminal career began in 1975. It was then that he forged a secret alliance with the one organization that should have been his greatest enemy, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. This was not a case of a criminal turning informant to save his own skin. It was a strategic masterstroke of corruption. The architect of this unholy pact was John Connolly, an ambitious FBI agent who had grown up in the same South Boston projects as Bulger. Connolly idolized Bulger, seeing him not as a thug, but as a neighborhood legend. He approached Bulger with a proposition: help the FBI take down the powerful Italian mafia, and in return, the Bureau would look the other way. Bulger saw the opportunity immediately. He recognized that controlling the FBI would be infinitely more valuable than evading it. He and his partner, Stephen Flemmi, agreed to the arrangement, but on their own terms. They would not be informants in the traditional sense, they would be partners. This relationship allowed Bulger to operate with a shield of federal protection. He could now commit crimes with impunity, knowing that his handler Connolly would protect him from investigation and arrest. The FBI, hungry for a victory against the Italian mafia, was a willing and ultimately corrupted partner in this diabolical arrangement. Bulger had effectively placed the nation's premier law enforcement agency in his pocket. The corruption spread beyond just one agent. Connolly's supervisor, John Morris, the head of the FBI's organized crime squad in Boston, was also drawn into Bulger's web. Bribes of cash-stuffed envelopes, cases of expensive wine, and lavish gifts ensured his silence and cooperation. With both Connolly and Morris compromised, Bulger had carte blanche. The Boston FBI office essentially became the Bulger Bureau of Investigation. He received a steady stream of priceless intelligence. Connolly would warn him about wiretaps, surveillance operations, and, most importantly, the identities of anyone within his own circle who was cooperating with the law. This information was a death sentence for those labeled as rats. With the FBI as his personal intelligence service, Bulger launched a devastating war against his primary rivals, the Angiulo crime family, who ran the Boston faction of the Patriarcha mob. He fed Connolly information that led to a series of high-profile arrests and indictments that crippled the Italian mafia's operations in New England. To the outside world, the FBI was winning a major victory against organized crime, but in reality they were simply clearing the field for a more ruthless and cunning predator. Whitey Bulger had weaponized the federal government, using its power and resources to systematically destroy his enemies and solidify his own position as the undisputed king of the Boston underworld.